Hello. Hello, hello. Okay. All right, welcome everybody. So today, it's gonna be super simple. We're gonna be reviewing three companies if we have time. So the first one would be Kingworld. This is a special request from a viewer from yesterday, Wang Leonard G. So this is a Hong Kong company, and they make this Chinese cough syrup called Pei Pago. Um, And then I'll look at two Japanese companies that I've written about in the past. One is SK Japan, another one is Furyu. So probably Furyu first. I'm gonna start off the stream by giving a special thanks to the people that appeared on my stream yesterday. So shout out to 8person, 8aid, Ite, Wang Leonard G, Aiden Martin, Zilia, and Bulbin Studio. Thank you, you guys. So gonna be it's going to be a kind of tradition from here on out that anyone who kind of participates in chat, I'll give them a special shout out just to incentivize that in a way. And the more people that chat in chat will make my life a lot more difficult. So if you want to make my life more difficult, just yeah, engage more essentially. Yeah, and a little bit of an update on the YouTube channel. So we're currently at 289 subscribers. Yesterday we hit like 81, so we've grown like 8, in one day, which is really good. And then our weekly goal is 100 subs, so we're like 11 away. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and help me attain my goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. Because once I hit 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch time, then my channel can be more favored by the YouTube algorithm. So if you want me to reach more viewers, have more engaging chats, interact with more investors, because ultimately viewers also have insight that they share in the chat. So the more investors that we have, the better it is in terms of my analysis and the cumulative analysis of the investor community. So yes, please subscribe and like the video if you have a chance. All right, so the first company is Kingworld. This was a company that I had originally looked at prior. So I'm just bring up the post for Kingworld. I wrote about it a while back. It's my highlights. Yeah, there we go. So, okay, so Kingworld Medicines Group Limited 1110 HK exchange. The problem for me for this stock was when I looked at it, it was around 40 yen per share, 40 cents per share, and very cheap. I wanted to buy it, but on Interactive Brokers, it was not available. So before you guys, if you guys want to skip the section where I go over Kingworld, just go into your brokerage and see if you can even purchase a stock. If you can, then great. If not, then probably not worth spending time on it. But I'm not trying to disincentivize you guys from looking, because you can always see the way that I analyze these type of companies, but where there could be value there. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with Kingworld because that was a special request. And keep in mind, every stream I try to do at least one special request from a viewer. So if you have a company you want me to look at, I can't say for certain I have a circle of confidence in it. If I do have a circle of confidence, I will say so. If I don't have a circle of confidence with it, I'll let you guys know. Of course, I can't be specialized in every single industry, but yeah. So let's get started with Kingworld Medicines Group. So essentially, what Kingworld Medicine Group is. Good morning, Kalma. Welcome back. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in 2 days. I miss you, man. Yeah, yeah. So what Kingworld is known for is anyone who's Mandarin or Cantonese who grew up in a Chinese household will know about Pei Pago. This is like a Chinese cough syrup made with honey and other herbal Chinese medicine type of ingredients, and it's like the Coca-Cola of cough syrup for Chinese people. It's a organic and good codeine. Uh, it's codeine for Chinese people in the best way possible. Let's put it that way, right? Like you don't have to have an actual cough, but usually if you have a cough and you're sick, Chinese parents will give their kids Peipago to soothe their throat. And there's other applications of this product as well. I have heard that voice actors in New York will also use it. Hello, Asian Science. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a couple of streams. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Yeah. So Yeah, so essentially, since we were really young, we've kind of been like taught to use Paybago. Ninjum. Nice, nice. Now, question for you, comma. You don't have to expose this. Are you, you can expose if you want, but you can just say you're Asian or whatever. But like, are you Mandarin or Cantonese? Or it'd be interesting if you're like Malaysian or Singaporean or whatever, and you've used this product before. Good morning, Simao. Cool. Let me see if I can say it correctly. Simao Clemente. Samo, Samao Clemente. Yeah. Correct me if I pronounce it wrong. Ah, holiday in Germany. I see. Well, it's a good day when you get to look at me analyze stocks, right? Yeah, where was I getting with this? Yeah, so typically originally this product was used by just like Chinese people, I would say, but then it's actually the application has gone beyond that. I know that voice actors, people who do voice acting, even in New York City, who sing or whatever, they also use Teibago as like kind of their secret weapon to soothe their throat. So you don't have to use it just when you are sick. You can also use it just to soothe your throat, just to maintain your voice. It's actually for everyone. It's just that the packaging looks, is not very Western friendly. So not a lot of people, not a lot of, Westerners really know about it. But there are, niche cases where, people within certain circles will know about this product as well. So yeah, so that's the company. And at the time, so this was in November 18, 2024. So, oh, you're Jamaican. Oh, what about it online? Interesting. Have you used it yourself? Good enough. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that C plus grade. All right. So yes, so in November, I was trading for 40 yen per share. Let me just bring it up right now. Kingworld. Here. So if you look at the 1 year price, I had let's see, 2014, 40 cents. So it's probably around here then, when I looked at it. Yeah, literally 41 cents. Went up to 47 cents, dropped back down to 40 cents, and now it's gone up 50% basically, almost. So, uh, I was directionally very accurate, just that I couldn't trade the shares, which was unfortunate. So let's look at what my thesis was on the company or the analysis of the company. So 40 cents per share, 236 market cap in HKD dollars. So this is around 30 million USD. Net debt of 73, so enterprise value of 310. Enterprise value excluding long-term investments would have made it drop to 94 million enterprise value. So they have 260 million long-term investment properties, investment securities, and they were giving you an 8.5% dividend yield, and they do a buyback. So that's probably the major reason. Yes, yes, Ninjam does you make lozenges. I will say though, even though I'm Chinese, I don't like the taste of the lozenges as much. Um, it tastes healthy, but if we're gonna talk, this is a topic that I'm quite passionate about. I've had acid reflux before, and I constantly my throat is feeling a little bit iffy. I'll share with you guys my best lozenge. I think it's okay. This is my favorite. This is by far my favorite. Um, so yeah, this one is 3.99. The reason why I like it, so if anyone has used hulls, you know that if you use too many hulls, it gets kind of sticky in your mouth. It's kind of sticky and just unpleasant because it leaves like some type of residue. But Bentasol, what I like about that is it's soft texture, and when it melts in your mouth, it doesn't leave as much stickiness in your mouth. Another good thing about this is if you're going to sleep, right, and you're coughing during your sleep, I find that it's uncomfortable to have a hole, like a hard candy in your mouth. But this one you can leave. I leave it in between my tooth and like my gums, like in this area. And it'll slowly like it will slowly, how do I put it, melt away throughout the night, and it's very pleasant. So this is goated for me. This is my favorite. I don't know if you're where you guys live have it, but the black, especially the black currant flavor, that's my favorite. This is so no, these are so okay. I wouldn't say it's cough medicine. It's more like it helps with the symptoms. It's Chinese herbal honey. So if you just imagine putting honey in water and then mixing it and then drinking that, because honey is antiseptic, right? It's antibacterial, so it's actually good for your throat. Um, but does honey actually, is that medicine? Does it really cure your cough? Probably not, but it just helps with the symptoms. That's what I would say. So probably at this time, the investment thesis, because they have so much long-term investment property and securities, and they have such a large dividend yield that it looked good. Multiples wise, excluding long-term investments, yeah, 3.9 times EV EBIT, 3.1 times EV EBITDA, 6 times PE, 5.8 times ROE. So yeah, one of the problems with this company is that they were just, it was kind of hard for them to kind of expand. We can see that from like the low ROE essentially, and because they're reallocating that capital into long-term investments and investment securities, right? We saw that essentially the company wasn't growing their product lines in a way that was growing the business. Okay, so let's see what else. 23 multiples, 24 multiples, 4 times, 3.2 times, 7 times P. Yeah, and then including investments is just really cheap. So what I like, very strong moat. Arguably, no one has created a PBK alternative, likely because the taste profile is the gold standard. So yes, anytime you have like any product that you put in your mouth, um, everything tastes a little bit different, right? Everyone's formulation is different, so you can actually copy it. But I have never tried any alternative version of Papago in my life. Um, uh, I was told by the person that requested this that there is a cheaper version, right? I have never tried it. Maybe Wang Leonard, if he were to, you know, watch this stream tomorrow, can attest to the taste. But even PBK is available in Canada, not just in Asian Chinese grocery stores. It also can be found in Western, believe it or not, Western grocery stores. So here we have something called Superstore, which is owned by Loblaws. And the Superstore, they have an international food section, and they have PVK in there, right? And they don't have any other alternative brand next to it or anything, right? So this is the gold standard. This is like the Coca-Cola. This is like the Coca-Cola of cough syrup for Chinese people. Um, can't buy it in Germany, neither Amazon or eBay. um, Actually, Ishan-san, what you need to do is, if there's a Chinatown where you live, all you have to do is go into that area, find a Chinese traditional medicine shop, right? And it's a little bit daunting and a little bit intimidating for like, Westerners. But you'll find in these Chinese medicine shops, right? They'll have like random herbal stuff like laid out front. So it's kind of intimidating, but if you find any Chinese medicine shop, I guarantee you they will have it. 100% they will have it. I don't know if Germany has, yeah, eh, if there's any like Chinese supermarkets, any Chinese grocery stores, I would say with like a 90% accuracy, they would have it as well. Yeah. Okay, so what I like, so yeah, they're the gold standard. So I have not in my lifetime seen an alternative for PBK. So it is like the Coca-Cola for cough syrup for Chinese people. Yeah. Next, the company's very cheap, as over 8% dividend yield. There's no analyst coverage. PBK is a staple in most Chinese household medicine cabinets. So yeah, like if you get sick and you don't finish the bottle, you leave that bottle in your medicine cabinet, and it's like a constant marketing reminder. Every time you get sick, you basically get like an impression. Let's call it impression of that. So yeah, I don't, because I know that PBK works for me and it helps with my cough. I like, if there's a $3 price difference, I wouldn't care, right? Like I just want to go with the one that I've experienced before, so I wouldn't go for a cheaper alternative. So PPK is known as the industry secret in the West among voice actors and singers to help their throats recover. Correct. PPK is the Coca-Cola of cough syrup. I just reanalyze myself. Of cough syrup for anyone Chinese. Can anyone providing color on Chinese kids born 2000 plus where their parents will push this on them? So yeah, so this is something that I'm not really familiar with. Is that if kids were born post 2000, I'm not sure whether this tradition is still being brought up, but I know that everyone from my generation definitely used this growing up, and it's definitely like a staple. But I don't like last 4 years they spent over 300 million in capex. Before that, capex was 2 to 40 million. Company doesn't provide much clarity from their annual report on what the purpose of this capex was. Need to spend more time to figure this out. Low margins, given their moat, they should have pricing power and be able to raise prices. Their price has been on decline. Initial impressions seem to be due to management being poor capital allocators and maybe Hong Kong, China reasons. Questions to figure out. How have they attempted to branch off from their golden goose, off syrup into other areas? So this is essentially the lozenge part. I personally didn't really enjoy their lozenges. I actually prefer Western lozenges from theirs. And their lozenges are actually quite expensive in Canada, right? I remember like one pack and it goes anywhere between $3 to $4, right? For maybe, I want to say, I'm actually not sure. Let me just double check this. Ninjam Canada. Yeah, so this is the throat candy. I've tried the original. I'm not really sure. Maybe these other flavored ones taste better. Maybe tangerine lemon tastes better. I have never tried, so maybe my experience is a little bit skewed. How many are in each package? Oh, there's an Amazon. About this item. 60 grams. I don't know how many lozenges are in 60 grams, buddy. Yeah, it's not cheap. Definitely not cheap. Oh, okay. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, so 12 maybe. Assuming this person didn't eat a single one. He has definitely have it. Just like, do they have the quantity inside? Yeah, but I think take this Jinjum Binge. Bruh. Um yeah, 560 for this. I'm not paying 560 for this. I'm definitely not. There's a oh, there's some of the vertical one. Nice. Okay. Yeah, even if it's 16, let's say, I wouldn't pay for that myself personally. Yeah. Okay, so questions to figure out. Have they attempted to branch off from the golden goose into other areas? So yes, they have like, these lozenges. Has this been the cause of shareholder value destruction? Okay, so we're gonna quickly look at this company again and see if we can figure out anything new. Kingworld. I could use Koyfin for this. Probably easier. Probably. Oh, we have 7 concurrent viewers. Welcome, everybody. And just so you know, if you haven't subscribed it, if you subscribe, there'll be a very nice animation that pops up if you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed it, consider it. So let's take a look at the overall prices, right? Okay, so yeah, shareholders, have not been happy campers, right? Like, just been, trading lower and lower and lower and lower. It's $3. Yeah, any shareholder would not be very happy holding the stock. um, yeah, definitely not a lot of happy campers for sure. Description. Let's see what the description says. An investment holding company. That's already points to mean that they're a shareholder destructing company potentially. Primary engages in the distribution and sale of branded imported pharmaceutical and healthcare products. A little bit of stretch. The company offers products for relieving cough, alleviating phlegm, yes, soothing asthma, enhancing respiratory system, aiding digestion, promoting intestinal health, activating blood circulation, relieving pain, combating flu, and other categories. Under these other, brands. It also manufactures and sells electrotherapeutic and physiotherapeutic devices. Okay, so a little bit of healthcare devices here, but probably related to more like Chinese medicine, not really. Yeah, 80% cut. Okay, and supplies pharmaceuticals, healthcare, general foodstuffs, and medical products. In addition, the company is involved in the distribution and sale of artwork. What? Organization of art exhibits. That I don't like. Distribution and sale of Chinese medicine. Sure. Engaged in technology transfer and property investment activities. It serves the PPC, Japan, and the United States, Canada, Hong Kong, Taiwan. Yeah, okay. Oh, Germany. Asian Science, Germany. You know. Company was founded in 1996 and is headquartered in Shenzhen. Okay. All right. Kingworld. Kingworld. Okay. Let's first. Cause I like manga and all that. We're gonna see what this company, how it presents itself. Let's see what products they have, how it presents itself, culture. And I want to know what your Okay, so they have that. This is the OG. This is their, this is their bread and butter. This is the Ninjam PPK, the Pipago. Red flower oil. So red flower oil, I believe this is also like a childhood thing where like if you, I believe what it does is like if you have any like sore muscles or like pains in your body, in your joints or whatever, you would apply that to kind of alleviate that. I think you can also, some people, what they do is put it like a little bit underneath their nose, kind of to like wake themselves up, kind of increase alertness. Oh, this one I know. Trumpet band. So this is in Cantonese is La Ba Jing Do Yun, which is like it's basically like Pepto Bismol in pill form. Essentially, it helps with if you have indigestion, you have diarrhea, you have like an upset stomach. Chinese people would take this. I do not know what this is. I do not know what this is. Healthy woman capsules. I don't know what this is either. Maybe this is for periods. I'm not sure. Don't know what this is for, but probably maybe it's something like waist bones and stuff. This is uh, yeah, it's a lot of okay. Function strengthens the waist and kidneys, nourishes blood, eliminates rheumatism. I don't even know how to pronounce that. How do you pronounce rheumatism? Okay, used for kidney deficiency and low back pain, weak knees, weak nerves, frequent urination, rheumatic bone pain. Interesting. Does that what Hua Tan. Okay, so this is for phlegm. Phlegm. Pretty sure. Function clears the lungs and results from used for cough due to lung heat. So in Chinese medicine, there's something called heatiness, coolness, prevents heatiness. thick yellow film and fullness and stuffiness in the chest and abdomen. Okay. Oh, they have actually a lot of pages actually. A lot of this I've never seen before. Okay, so potentially they did some acquisitions. Potentially they made all of this in-house. Yeah. That's drug, healthcare, and daily. Oh, so they've also bought some like American brands like Carmex or Pear Lip Balm. So you see this at gas stations. Brain Health Fish Oil. This looks for like joint pain or something. Oh, and then the candy. Daily care, daily change. Medical devices. Take a look at that real quick. So disposable medical mask. Okay, that's not Jinhua medical cooling patch. Cooling patch. To help you fall asleep. High energy laser therapy device. I think this one might be for your muscles, so that it kind of jolts your muscles. I think I've seen that before. Probably jolts your muscles. This is like a massage thing, foot therapy. What is this one? I think this is more like okay, so is for or joint pain. What is this used for? Penetrate the skin deeply to reach the affected area. Could be for some muscle pain. Really have no clue what this is for, but okay. Sure, they have some machinery, but it doesn't look like very high end. It's like stuff that for like Chinese medicine use cases probably. Okay, let's take a look at investor relations. Wow, we have 9 concurrent viewers. That is the most we've had so far. If we have one more, we'll reach an all-time record. Yeah, 10. 10 would be an all-time record. So if you have any friends online right now, get them to watch. Okay, so management team, co-founder and chairman of the board of directors. We are at 10 now. We are at 10 now. Can we get to 11? Can we get pocket aces? Can we get to 11? Let's take a look at financial statements. Please tell me there's some. Okay. Public offering and placing 2021 research report. These look outdated. Monthly return of equity issuers. Monthly return of equity issuers. What we're looking for. Financial report. Yes, this is what we're looking for. Okay. And report environmental social governance. We're going to scan that quickly. English filing. I have English. All in Chinese. Okay. Let's see if this should be, because this is in Hong Kong, right? Should have an English. So just open the English version and see what we get. Reports, kind of report. What? Do not? Seriously? Sorry, what is, okay, let me stop translating. Then go to English. That really just what it has. Literally just has. Yeah, I have a feeling this is only. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I had to convert it. So after I clicked out the link, we have 11 concurrent viewers. Okay, guys, we have made history. This is the most concurrent viewers I have ever had. Thank you very much. If you logged into another device just for me, I applaud you. I applaud you. Thank you very much. All right, let's take a look at this company. Kingworld. Headquartered. Principal place of business. Guangdong Province. Shenzhen. Okay. Let's also do a refresh of an analysis of the company. Which company is this? Tata Motors. Okay, let's do a reanalysis of the enterprise value of this company. 0. I should probably put an HK next to it. Oh, okay. This is Kingworld Holdings 1110. The latest quarter has been fiscal year 4. The date of that release was April 18th. Share price right now, I believe it was at 57 cents. Nice. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look at shares outstanding. Shares outstanding. We have 13 concurrent viewers. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Okay, number of shares. Oh. Weighted average number of shares. This is in what units? 122,000, right? Well, I can sandwich it based off of the based off of the $350. So if it's 60 cents, right? 60 cents, and you have, you know. Okay, that would make sense. Okay, now let's double check that with the market cap over here. Yeah. Okay. No, this checks out. So this is in 100,000s. That makes sense. 381 market. Okay. Let's go to the balance sheet. Okay. There. Current asset. Inventory. Trade and bills receivable. Deposits. Financial assets of value. Wow, this is also in hundreds. 235 million. Thousand. Okay. You get that much cash. That's a lot. Financial assets of fair value from P&L. Payments and other receipts. I'm going to ignore that one. But let's take a look at 14.302. So, okay, listed in Hong Kong. Okay, as of December, the company had 1.5 million shares in Chongmei Pharmaceutical Company, representing 1.44% interest of the issues. Chongmei. The listed equity investment classified as current asset is intended to be held for trading as measured as financial asset at fair value through Roth P&L. Okay, that's fair. Let's do that as for short-term investments then. That, and they have a non-current one. Which is, okay, description is the group invested 10% equity interest in Shenzhen Qianhai Industry Internet. the preferential rights under a put option. The group has a right to require the investee to redeem all the shares held by that group. A guaranteed predetermined fixed amount, hence the investment is accounted for and measured as financial assets for value. Okay. The group does not intend to dispose. Okay, doesn't matter. Small amount. 10 for 1. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, financial assets of fair value. Comprehensive income. So they have unlisted and listed financial assets, fair value, comprehensive income. Okay, how do I account for that? Let me think about this quick. Okay, so how about in okay, so it is there, so that makes my life easier. Plus 64.203 plus that, there we go. Interest in a joint venture, we'll just pretend that doesn't exist. Interest in associate, I mean, you could factor, you can do evaluation of the joint venture, but for this purpose, I'm not going to do it. Wow, investment properties, 126. Okay, so I do know that is a big chunk of something. So let's take a look at that. So 126.27. Investment property. Investment property situated in the People's Republic of China and Hong Kong were valued by Hong Kong Appraisal Advisory Limited. Who have among their staff fellows of the Hong Kong Institute of Surveys. Okay, they're disqualified basically. Comps analysis was performed. Cash flow approach was performed to value the properties, taking into account the rental income. Okay, so yeah, whatever. 126. So this would count as long-term investments. Okay, let's go back. Liabilities. Short-term. So bank loan 2254. These liabilities, not a lot. Bank loans, accruals, trades, contract liability, no. These liabilities, bank loans. Okay, so bank loan. All right. All right. So they have net cash. They have net cash. Net debt. Sorry. Yeah. Without factoring in long-term investment, this would be enterprise value. So there's net debt if we just think about cash and ignore long-term investments. But if we factor in long-term investments, we're looking at around enterprise value. Net assets. Interesting. The way that they show it is kind of different. Okay. I've never seen that showing things, but okay. Price of book is 0.5 times. EV to book is 7.4 times. Okay. Take a look at what the dividend yield is. 3.17 cents. Okay, that's That's a interesting amount of 5.6% yield. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna go back and do, give me a number. 705, 532. Okay, what intangible assets do we have? Goodwill. Other intangibles, none. Technically not intangible. Okay, and then current assets, our total assets is 807.8 plus 7.8, so they don't provide the total assets. We have to just calculate it. Current liabilities. The working capital requirements are high, honestly, which is why they need so much cash. Trade receivables, contract liabilities. This is already like 270. Okay, total liabilities. So if I do that one plus 195.8. Okay, now let's take a look at how they've done historically. Need the income. Before they do, okay. 3, okay, 107859. Now look, let's see if they have forecasts in the future. So operating income, they have them there. Admin expenses, R&D expenses. R&D, they're spending 17, let's say call it 18 mil RMB. Really? That's it? You generate 1 billion in revenue, you're spending 18 mil on R&D. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. It wasn't. Really, fair value gain of financial assets and investment properties counts as operations. Really, an interesting. That's an interesting method. I personally. Okay. So we'll just use it. Finance costs, share of results of joint venture, share of results of associates. Okay. Ooh. Oh, NCI. That's a big NCI balance. Did I miss that? Yeah, here. On controlling. Five, 532. But how do they get so much? Ow. That's a crazy amount. Dividend paid to non-controlling interest. Why the it's so massive? Last year was lower, but that is fair. That is So to calculate the P for the firm, I'm just going to use the total amount. So I'm very curious how it's the imbalance is so high. Take a note on that real quick. If anyone has some insight onto that, please share. Very curious as to how it's that large. Okay, let's take a look at cash flow. Close by. Amortization of intangible assets pretty low. Pretty low. Yeah, I could include it. Four. Okay. Okay. CapEx. Okay, major CapEx over here, and then much lower over in this year. Purchase of investment property. Payment for acquisition of financial assets of fair value. Bank interest received from venture. Yep, just those. Just those. Okay, so why the big capex in 2023? That's a question. Okay. Any capex of intangibles here? Nope, don't see any. What is going on here? Got large capex. Oh, cash flow. What is the tax rate in Hong Kong? 15% tax paid. This looks like this does look 15. A little bit. Actually, a little bit lower than that. Actually, let's look at no. Look at income statement. So wrong place to look at. Income tax here looks like that looks a lot higher. 3 times. Hong Kong profits tax. PRC enterprise income. Trying to figure out. Oh, this is. I'm gonna quickly take a look at Koyfin to see what their historical tax rate is. No, don't fuck with me. Okay, thank you. Effective tax rate. Okay, so 22%, 28%, 35%. There probably maybe some like, okay, mainly 33%. Annual. Road, what is up with you? What? Twenty-two, 34, 35, 46. Let's assume 33. Okay, so what is there? They have an outlook. Okay, future outlook. Not in relation to that at all. Future outlook. Nope, that's not in relation to them either. So that's not it. Forecast. Five. Outlook. Okay, let's see if anything. Last time I checked, there was no analyst coverage, so there shouldn't be anything. Correct. I am correct there. Okay, so nothing. Let's take a look at LTM, what it's worth. Okay, so even at current 57 cents, still trading rather cheaply, 5.8 times EV/EBIT. Times free cash flow because they spent off a lot of money on capex. If you include long-term investments, it trades pretty cheaply, so 3.6, 2.9, but before it traded even more cheap. So PE, ROE is a little bit. So let me show you why 41 cents. So I had a 7.7% dividend. Very nice. And it traded at these multiples. So yeah, it was very cheap. Which is why I wanted to buy it, but I couldn't buy it. Which is bad. 5.8 times. Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap. OP. Good. So the question is, will they keep destroying shareholder value? They can stay cheap. It's probably looked cheap for a very long time, right? You know, what does it look like when it was $1? Dollar does not have. Hmm. Hmm. Very good. 7.7% div yield. I don't think you can go wrong with 8% div yield. If you generate 8% div yield, like not a lot can go wrong. Yeah. Let's take a look at what they state about the business. So management. Discussion. Where's the beginning of this? Okay, a lot of discussion. A lot of discussion. Amen. Okay, here we go. That's a little fluff. Let me just double check where their business segments are. DNA. Corporate information. No, I'm not interested. The div yield was always in the 7 to 8% range. They didn't really destroy shareholder value. It's basically down a bit. Well, hold on. Well, it depends. That's too extreme. Let's do 2018, right? Okay, so you held it for, let's say, 7 years, okay? 7 years. Do they have a dividend? Their dividend history. Dividend payments. Let's take a look. What is this? 3 cents and cents, 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent. 2018 was 3 cents. Let's just assume that you got paid 3 cents every single year, which is not the case actually, but assume that. Right, so you would see over here, let's say you pay $1.50, right? So you dropped $1. The share price dropped $1, you know, almost 90 cents, let's say, and you generated 7 dividend payments of 3 cents each. That's 21 cents. So I don't think it makes up for that. Yeah. So, no, the shareholder value was destroyed. And dividends did not cover the value destruction at all. Depending when you get in, of course. But like if you got in at $1, let's say it drops 40%. The earliest this happened was still 2018. So it could have happened here, it could have been happened here, it could have been happened. Yeah. Still not a great deal. Still not a great deal. Until it was 40 cents. Then I think that's, and there's a lot more upside, I would say. Okay, segments. I want to. Okay, so particulars on key properties is probably something. But let's look at 11 first and see if we can get any insight onto company. CPI in China increased 0.2%, with healthcare prices increased by 1.3%. It just means that they could probably charge a little bit more. I want a breakdown of what their segments are. I want to know every single thing. It's affected by the adjustment of the group's strategic product and structure and changes. Okay. The pharmaceutical distribution segments recorded sales of 749. Is there a breakdown here? Oh, okay. There we go. We have segment reporting. So this is what I want to look at. So revenue. So they have pharmaceutical products, they have healthcare products, and then medical devices. Oh, medical devices is actually quite a bit of revenue. Healthcare products. If we remember correctly, in healthcare products, there was this was their healthcare products. So American Carmex lipstick, lozenges, some joint pain thing, and some brain health thing. So they kind of acquired two Western type of products in there. Okay, segment reporting. Distribution sales of pharmaceutical and healthcare products. The segment distributes and sells branded imported pharmaceutical and healthcare products primarily in Hong Kong and China. Manufacturing and sales of electrotherapeutic and physiotherapeutic devices and general medical examination devices. This segment manufactures and sells and general medical examination devices which are carried out by Shenzhen Dongdi Xin Technology. Or should it be distribution of sales? Okay, so they have Hong Kong and PRC. Okay, so most sales in China are way higher. But manufacturing this PRC only in China. Hong Kong? Why is Hong Kong still so low? Revenue, segment revenue. Really? Hong Kong revenue is that low? That's surprising to me. That's that low. What's Hong Kong's population? Oh, okay, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's not low then. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, other countries. This is good. This is good to look at. United States. Canada's not even in the other segment. Okay. Germany has its own segment. Okay, so HN Sign, you definitely have that. You definitely can probably buy this product somewhere, if you look hard enough. United States, yeah, because there's a huge Asian population in the US. Hey, Germany, Italy, Spain. Oh, interesting. I wonder if there's a lot of like, you know, the Asian demographics are like in Italy, Germany, and no customer accounted for more than 10%. Yeah, it's good. Let me see if there's any other breakdowns. So 1061. Hmm. Okay. So let's see. Personal honors. I don't care about that. Public welfare honors. Product honors. Red flower oil. Jinjam. 2023 top 100 Chinese medicine enterprises. Oh, capital expenditure. Okay, so let's go back to the questions we had before. But why is distribution to NCI so high? That's one question. And why was capex so damn high in 2023? So capital, like, are they getting ready to buy a factory or manufacturing plant to increase, supply to meet demand or something? Whose purchase of properly plant equipment, leasehold improvements, and other costs for acquisition of right of use assets and land. The group's capital down to this much. that much for the years ended. Okay, what was it used for now? What was it used for? 1074. Purchase property. So let's see, 105,535. What just happened? 105,535. Okay, construction in progress. There's a major line item there. Construction in progress. What are they constructing? Wow, we have 19 viewers right now. What is going on right now? How's that possible? What? Okay, let me just take a look at Twitter real quick, guys. I want to figure out what is going on. Someone big just recommend me. Pretty normal. Wow. Okay, so either the Yu-Gi-Oh, the YouTube algo is just going ham right now and pitching me to people, which is nice. Which is nice. Please stay on the line, people. If you guys stay online, then I will get more and more concurrent viewers, and hopefully. And if you are new here, it seems like you are new here. The YouTube algorithm might have pitched you guys here. If you guys subscribe, you'll see a very nice animation that will pop up on the screen. And currently the recent subscriber is Bulbin Studio. So if you want to replace him, what you can do is just click the subscribe button and a nice animation will appear. Thank you in advance. And now there's 20 concurrent viewers. Holy crap. Construction in progress. Okay, let's see here. How's that? Okay, the increase in property, plant, and equipment was mainly due to completion of Longday Health Industrial Park. Ooh. Okay, so that helps. Let me just note this down. Longday Health Industrial Park. Okay, so you're spending literally a third of your, enterprise value. It better be for something worthwhile, right? Okay, so building a technological foundation in the Greater Bay Area to spearhead the internationalization of the biomedical platform in the Bay Area. So this is San Fran then. To continuously promote scientific research innovation, implement the key strategies in Kingworld Medicines' fifth five-year plan. Oh, okay, we might look at that. Look at the fifth five-year plan. Do they have that somewhere? That could be. Corporate materials, maybe. No. Good. Where's their five-year plan? Might be an annual report, honestly. Okay, so I'm gonna note that down as well. Something else I have to look into. 5-year plan. The group is committed to building the Kingworld Longday Life and Health Industrial Park, the platform that undertakes the mission of building an innovative ecosystem for traditional Chinese medicine and provides professional biomedical hardware and shared equipment. Play an important role in promoting the integration of Shenzhen, Hong Kong traditional Chinese medicine and innovating the international presence, making a significant milestone in the group's development journey. Okay, during the year under review, the Longday Park was completed and officially put into use. Hey Derek, thank you for joining us. You can also click the subscribe button. Yeah, no worries. You can definitely rewind this. Usually at the end of each video or each section, I try to like summarize the key takeaways. So you can also look at that as well if you don't want to go through everything, but feel free to, follow along if you wish. Yeah. So, okay, so it's put into use in promoting industry, academia, research collaboration, facilitating upstream and downstream industry chain exchanges, and integrating industry resources. It attracted multiple high growth enterprises to establish operations. As for scientific research transformation, being an important vehicle for the innovative development of the health industry in Shenzhen. Wait, hold on. Bay Area. Okay, let me just search this real quick because it might be. Where is this? Kingworld. Where's this look? This is very annoying. Okay, here we go. 10,000 square meters. Wow. In Bao'an, Technology City, Longgan District, Shenzhen. Wait, hold on. It's still in Shenzhen. It's not in the Bay Area. What? Oh, Bay Area in Shenzhen. Not when I hear Bay Area, I automatically think of San Fran for some reason. Hmm. Fossey King Road Angong New Huangwan. Oh, okay. So the park is located at a strategic intersection of Shenzhen's Eastern High-Speed Rail Newtown and International Low-Carbon City. Park covers 10,000 square meters with total construction area of 57,000 square meters. The park leverages Kingworld's 30-year global pharmaceutical supply chain resources, mature sales network, and marketing capabilities. Hmm. Okay, interesting. Keep reading from here. So it's in Shenzhen. It's not in the United States. I thought they were expanding internationally. Okay. Partners of universities, research institutions create a life and health project incubation platform. Okay, so they want to create more products, which is good. Good for the company. In the future, leveraging the Longday Health Industrial Park, the group will promote park investment and operations, track high quality industrial projects, coordinate departments of Kingworld Group to achieve industrial transformation of biomedical health for Guangdong, Hong Kong. So if awesome, thanks Derek, thanks, appreciate you being subscribed. That's awesome. During the year under review, Shenzhen Dongdi Shinbu, a whole theory of the group in a national high-tech enterprise, steadily advanced a lean production success management model and continued to implement its going global strategy. For new markets in South America and Africa, laying the foundation for future performance growth. After years of expansion and experience accumulation, this business in the Middle East market achieved initial success. The Dongdi Shin will expand into different regions with its globally leading quality model. Hey Remy, what do you mean by that? That the stock has just been on a decline? Is that what you mean? Now, what I really want to do with this information is put into ChatGPT and tell me to summarize everything. Too much to read for now. So that's good. So we know that they spent a huge capex to create a health industrial park to create new products, get research institutions, education institutions to work on incubation products. So basically to make new products, right? And then the question is, will they be able to make new products? So that's one question. And then what does that impact on their earnings, right? Are they able to make the next PPK at Helago, right? 5-year plan. Let's see what their 5-year plan is. There is one. 5-year plan. Year plan. Okay, they do it like this. Okay, let's see here. Yes! Subscriber. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this name for sure. It might be JK Oppo. Or Jacopo. Jacopo Coral. Remy Sins. Remy Sins, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing, you too. Thank you very much. Market leading position, laying a solid foundation for long-term development and further deepening the implementation. So, okay, good. Is this a waste of capital? So you could argue that, hey, if they're not able to create new products, it could be a waste of capital. But another way I can look at this is that they spent, what was it? How much did they spend on this entire project? What is this? They say here how much. This might be in a previous year's annual report, honestly. I probably should open something. So let's go back. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the 2023 report to determine if they mention the entire cost of that entire project. One thing I'm leaning towards is, let's say they're not able to productively use it, is like office space, right? They can literally just rent it out as office space, right? So, and then just basically goes into their investment properties, right? We have been strategically laying the groundwork for years to promote the landing of Hong Kong pharmaceuticals, and the inauguration of the Kingworld Long Day Life and Health Industrial Park in 2024 is set to be a cornerstone for innovation, promoting the strategic development of our 5th 5-year plan. So, advancing scientific research and innovation is a pivotal sub-strategy of the group's 5th 5-year plan. We're just dedicated to opening up and integrating Shenzhen and Hong Kong's traditional Chinese medicine and innovating the international layout of traditional Chinese medicine. The group is dedicated to developing a Kingworld Long Day. Yeah, this initiative will provide professional pharmaceutical hardware and a shared equipment platform for us to build innovative traditional Chinese medicine ecological partners, making the group significant development. Oh. The overall construction preparation for operations has been completed. Industrial Park was recognized as one of 2023 Longan District major projects. What else? Foundation has continuously advanced intelligent manufacturing and refined the lean production success management model This is not, I'm not familiar with this management model, but if I were to guess, it allows them to operate very, cost-effective manner, probably. Striving for comprehensive enhancements from product quality and after-sales service to the risk. Let me see if they talk more about the long day life. Okay, so located in the Greater Bay Area, will be put into operation in 2024. We are committed to building the group into a driving force for the traditional Chinese medicine, life, and health industry in Shenzhen and Hong Kong, further boosting the Greater Bay Area's health industry market. In addition, we will focus on segmented markets for healthcare products and pharmaceuticals, adopt differentiated marketing strategies, and enhance product diversity, increase market share for different products while cultivating more stellar products. So it has passed inspection. The thing is, like, if you build a building, it doesn't mean that they're going to be successful, right? Like, you can build a building and the research just comes out crap, like, so I don't know how, give a small preview of my research so far. Okay, so far, let's just do a recap, right? Calculate the enterprise value. So currently it's trading at 57 cents per share. So it has 381 market cap. Company has a combination of cash and also long-term investments in investment securities, and also in investment properties. Right, so this adds up to 198. So total cash and investments is 447. Debt, they have quite a bit of debt actually, so 388. So net debt, excluding investment securities and long-term investment real estate investments, 138. So enterprise value, if we exclude long-term investments, is 520, and then including long-term investments is 322. They have a book value of 706. Okay, so they're trading at 0.5 times price to book. Okay, another thing to note is that they have 9% of their equity is a non-controlling interest. And their full year dividend is around 3 cents. So their dividend yield is currently at 5.6 cents. Currently, sorry, 5.6%. Sorry. At current multiples, it trades at just under 6 times EV/EBIT, excluding long-term investments, including long-term investments 3.6 times, and on PE basis 5 times. Okay, ROE of 10.6%. So it is still cheap, but last year when I looked at the stock, it was trading at 41 cents. Yeah, the problem with this company though is that they have been destroying shareholder value. So if you look at the price graph, it has taken a huge nosedive, right? And probably a lot of shareholders got pissed and got impatient, and maybe this is a transitional stage. And then with, like, if we want to say a bull case scenario, right, how would that look like? What does the narrative look like? The narrative would probably look like something along the lines of, oh, they have like this long day health industrial park type of thing going on, and that's going to allow them to innovate and output these new pharmaceutical medicine out into the market, and that's going to help them increase their market share, increase their product range, increase the diversity in their product portfolio, increase sales, and then now it's going to go up now, right? So but right now what I'm trying to figure out is why did they spend this much money? How big did they spend? Like the capex over 2 years for this project was 105, and then 2024 they spent 41. It was completed already in 2023 though. I don't know if all the capex was in 2023. Actually, let me take a look at cash flow. I can double check the capex. Okay, so they spent a crap ton of capex since 2021. So 58 in 2021, 93 in 2022. So this might have been a multi-year project type thing where they essentially spent under 260. Let's say this 3 years. I should double check that. I have to double check this. I will look at their other annual report to determine what the cost of the entire project was. Actually, let me see if ChatGPT has an answer for that. That would be interesting. So, how much did the long day, call it, long day life and health industrial park from Kingworld cost? Construction began in December 2020. Okay, so this is during COVID, and the park officially opened in November 26, 2024. Its position as a national level pharmaceutical incubation hub in Shenzhen. So given they started in December 2020, okay, then and they complete construction in fiscal year 2023, right? And this project, at least they spent 60, maybe even 300, including this period. Right? And then if we look at the enterprise value of the company, it's, you know, this is essentially destruction of capital. The shareholders probably saw this as a destruction of capital and didn't see the potential for the innovation, right? Like, you're spending 3 years to build property to innovate. Like, think about that for a second. Why not just spend that all on R&D, right? Like, rent something place to do R&D. Like, why is this, right? But again, I'm not really familiar with pharmaceuticals, so maybe, someone who is into pharmaceuticals can have a better understanding of this type of thing. But yeah. So probably this was a huge punt by them, essentially. This is a critical strategic move within Kingworld's strategies of the fifth 5-year plan to propel scientific research and innovation. The industrial park is designed to offer specialized pharmaceutical hardware and shared equipment platforms. On the software front, it aims to establish integrated industry, academia, research platforms such as the landing port for Hong Kong-based pharmaceutical products, the Shenzhen Hong Kong Chinese Medicine In-Hospital Preparation Center. And the Biopharmaceutical Science and Technology Innovation Training Camp. Provide innovative ecological partners of traditional Chinese medicine with multi-module services such as R&D planning, production distribution, brand planning, and patent layout and macro trends. During the year under review, government officials from various levels of Shenzhen municipality visited the industrial park to learn about the group's needs and offered guidance. During the year under review, the group has completed the overall construction and preparation for operations. The park was recognized as one of the major projects of Wongan. You know what? I think, honestly, though, if they spent that 300 mil instead on just acquiring brands, I think that's better. Right? Like, so do I see it? I don't know if I do. Any other about this? Fully leverage Kingworld's global pharmaceutical supply chain resources, mature sales network, and marketing strength accumulated over the past 30 years to actively integrate upstream and downstream resources and broaden market channels for park enterprises. Furthermore, the park will offer professional support in financing, listing, policy, and legal areas, accelerate the incubation of pharmaceutical projects and brands aligned with the group's direction, and promote the innovative development of the traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This looks like this is what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that they're the Y Combinator for Chinese medicine products. Or Chinese medicine related healthcare products and medicine, essentially, is what they're trying to say, I think. But then why do they need to build such a big ass property? Okay, so the group actively responded to the National Health Industry Development Strategy, promoting the development of traditional Chinese medicine in the Greater Bay Area and innovation in Hong Kong. Blah blah blah. Longday officially commenced operation on November 26. Significant progress has already been made in advancing industry university research collaboration, fostering upstream and downstream exchanges, and cooperation across the industrial chain and integrating industry resources. Located in Bailong, Technology City, Longgan District, situated in the heart of the eastern core of Longgan, formed by the Eastern Highway Rail, is poised to become an important international hub for Chinese medicine, industry university research collaboration. During the year under review, the initial investment attraction efforts of the Longday Park yielded encouraging results, attracting several high-growth enterprises such as Super Oxygen Era, GSP Warehousing, and Xingshu Biotech. A total of 129 potential clients were followed up, demonstrating strong industrial clustering effects. Initially, the park organized over 10 industry summits and exchange roadshows, 3 joint construction activities, received 15 leadership visits, and facilitated 9 investment and financing projects with more than 10 investment in. Okay, I see what they're doing. They're doing like venture capital type stuff for Chinese medicine. Through high frequency resource connections, the park significantly strengthened the industry's influence. In terms of scientific research commercialization as the important vehicle for innovative development of health industry, the Longday Industrial Park collaborates with universities and research institutions to create a life and health project incubation platforms, so like Y Combinator for Chinese medicine. The park made concrete progress in its university enterprise collaboration with the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, with both parties expected to establish a joint venture within the park. Additionally, the park formed strategic partnerships with Shenzhen Angel FOF, Shenzhen University, and the Shenzhen Association of the Development and Promotion of Health Industry. Furthermore, a biotech company based in the Longday Health used cutting-edge technology to successfully develop an innovative therapy for sinusitis, a common yet difficult to cure disease. Given the high recurrence rate of sinusitis and the ongoing demand from patients, the park plans to engage in deep downstream industry chain cooperation with this company. In terms of integrating pharmaceutical supply chain resources, the Longday Industrial Park has already taken solid steps. Okay, I hope it is as good as they're kind of like projecting it to be, but they definitely spent a lot of money on it. Yeah. So I do hope that it is fruitful. Okay, any other questions I had to look at? Okay, so let's take a look at, we wanted to know why a non-controlling interest was so high. So let's take a look at non-controlling interest. 5. Okay, subsidiaries and non-controlling interest. So subsidiaries are entities, company. The group controls the entity when it is exposed or has rights to variable returns from with the entity and has the ability to affect those returns through its power over the entity. When assessing whether a group has power, only substantive rights held by the group and other parties are considered. An investment in a subsidiary is consolidated into or consolidated financial statements from the date control commences until the date that control ceases. Where necessary, adjustments are made to the financial statements of subsidiaries to bring the accounting policies used in line. Sure. NCI represent the equity in a subsidiary not attributable directly or indirectly to the company and in respect which the group has not agreed any additional terms with the holders of those, which would result in the group having, as a whole, having a contractual obligation in respect. Total comprehensive income of subsidiaries is the owners of the company and to the non-controlling interest, even if this results in a non-controlling interest having deficit balance. commentary of the look. So I guess anytime they have some type of incubation thing, they probably generate some NCI. NCI that are present ownership interest and entitle their holders to a proportionate share of the relevant subsidiaries and assets in the event of liquidation may be initially measured either at fair value or at the NCI's proportionate share of the recognized amounts of the acquirer's identifiable net assets. Of course, the measurement basis is made on a transaction by transaction basis. This is probably from some level of M&A conducted through the years and also some level of, investing in subsidiaries through the years, which is why this balance is at this level, is my guess. So, okay, so the valuation is pretty simple now. The perspective is this. Perspective is if we believe that Longday Industrial Park is going to be the Y Combinator and literally they're going to incubate some really fruitful products in the future, then this is cheap. This is for sure cheap. Even at 57 cents, this is cheap. You can still buy in, right? And 40 cents was even a way bigger discount, right? And because the capex for the project has already been spent, right now you have to accept, like, investors have basically already accepted the value destruction, right? So if we think about what the company will look like in the future, like, we already captured the valuation, has already captured the value destruction up until the 40 cents region. So now it's like, okay, how will the company, question is, this is what will allow the stock to rise. For one, are they creating new products that are actually generating revenue and profits, right? Is this incubation thing really fruitful, right? If that is the case, then this company can definitely go up in value. Let's take a look in income statement. So they dropped till 2021, but one time they were at 1 billion. Okay, so if they do well and innovate and able to, and this incubation process allows them to continually churn and grow their revenues, then this is good. This is really good for them. And then anytime they have excess cash, well, first they have to pay down debt, right? To pay down debt. So there's already some upside there in terms of paying down the debt. And then the next leg beyond that is essentially like increasing shareholder value through good investments. But because who really understands Chinese medicine, right? Like if you have a bias that Chinese medicine is more like bull crap, then you might not like this type of thing. But yeah, like what other innovation can there be in Chinese medicine? Like that's a topic that needs to be discussed, and if we believe that there's definitely some more innovation in Chinese medicine down the horizon, then I guess they're best situated for this type of thing, because Shenzhen is like a tech town in China. It's known for innovation and technology, and if you have a medical device, I think that's probably one of the best places to create it, given all the manufacturing facilities over there. But yeah, if Long Day becomes a fruitful thing and it turns into a fruitful thing, this is cheap. Even at 57 cents, even though it increased 50%, this is cheap. And if it were to go down to 40 cents again, then you basically get all these things as a free lottery ticket, right? And I think 5%, 5.6, and during this period of time, you get to enjoy 5.6% div yield. Yeah, I think this is a decent price, right? And of course, if it were to drop to 40 cents again, I think that's even more clear of a buy, right? So yeah, that is my analysis of Kingworld Holdings. Okay. next up, next company I want to look at is Furyu. So Furyu 6238. Sure. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Do we have English on there? Can't remember in a minute. IR library, nice. Okay, year end. Oh, yeah, that's just my bad. I just always forget. Yeah, it was Kingworld. Don't worry, Leonard, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We literally spent up until now looking at Kingworld, so you'll be happy with that. So right now we're looking at Furyu 6238. That's what we're looking at. But Furyu pictures. Okay, so it seems like if you want the investment, it's probably not going to be. Let me read this real quick. So the company resolved to transfer the rights an obligation related to anime business to a newly established company, Furyu Pictures, through an incorporation company split with an effective date. The company split will be a simplified incorporation type company split conducted solely by the company. With this company split, the company aims to concentrate management resources, enhance operational efficiency and quality, and further develop the business by targeting the creation of titles. Overview of the split. Okay. Method of company split. Splitting the company and the newly established successor company will be wholly owned by the company. The split will be conducted as a simplified. Okay, so new company will issue 100 shares. Okay, nothing really changes then. Because they still own it and they're not selling it, right? It's just a new company title called, yeah, Furyu Pictures, I guess. Okay, not much impact. Furyu, it's been a minute. Let me quickly do the calculation. Furyu. Wow, we are back up to 20 concurrent viewers. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, I do investment analysis on international undervalued stocks, and right now I'm currently looking at Furyu 6238. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. You'll see a very nice animation. Currently, we are calculating the enterprise value of this company, so that is what we are doing. What is Furyu share price? We'll quickly take a look at that. 996. There's a treasury shares 1.817. Market cap 26 billion. We are at 21 concurrent views, even surpassing our record earlier during this day. Amazing stuff, guys. Gosh. Almost 12 billion of cash. Cash receivable. That's payment. Okay, so no other short-term investments or deposits. Investment securities. Very little. 14.47. Best receivables, long-term pay, leasehold, guarantee deposits, or tax assets. No, nothing else. We are at 27. Okay, YouTube algorithm going ham right now, guys. We are doing well right now. Holy, today's stream has been super successful. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Okay, so current liabilities, take a look at short-term debt. Liabilities, that's pretty small. Okay, so I don't currently see any short-term debt. Long-term debt. Nope, nothing. There doesn't seem to be any long-term lease liability. Nope. Okay, so we don't really have debt then. Awesome. Net debt 11.73. Enterprise value. The net cash is 11 basically 12 billion, right? So then enterprise value is like 15 billion. Book value, we have a book value of. Okay, so the stock is trading at 1.2 times price of book, right? So just slightly over 1 times. Do we have any NCI here? No, we do not. Okay, good. Let's calculate tangible quick. $8 billion total assets, current liabilities, 5. Total liabilities, 560. Okay. And let's take a look at dividend in the front of the page. Very nice. So they haven't changed dividend yield. 3.9% div yield. Oh yeah, another thing about Kingworld I just want to kind of mention is that they have like ROIC of around 10%, essentially. Yeah, this is return on operational assets of 14. Okay, back to 6238. Let's take a look at how they did during the year. 42768 1. The income dropped. Sales increase, but operating profit decrease, which is bad. Profitability over the board has declined. Not good. Forecast. Okay, so they continue to forecast revenue growth and then some normalization of operating profit. 3150. Okay. We'll figure out why the cost structure got worse in 2025. That's something we have to look at. Put that down as a note. Or for you, I might as well just put it here anyways. For you, why did margins get declined? Okay. Yeah. Okay. If they have cash flow statement here, and they do. Okay, so let's take a look at depreciation. Okay, investment capex. Capex of intangibles. So because they also create like video games, they also create like animations too. So there's probably like some software stuff. So that's where acquisition of intangibles probably comes in. You guys think payment or guaranteed deposit? No, okay, just those two. The year is 25, 24. That aligns perfectly. Good. Tax 30% in Japan, anyways. And then let's take a look at what do we expect the DNA to be? Let's see what Koyfin. See if there's any analysts covered for. Okay, so nice, there is. So there are 3 analyst estimates. There are their estimates. Curious. Oh, 1,000. I have 1,700. Hello, Mason Bland. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. See, you get an automation and you get in the recent subscriber, it says your name. Isn't that great? So if you're a viewer right now, which I know some of you are definitely new here, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and you guys will see that beautiful, beautiful animation. Okay, so take a look at what this person says. Likes the EBIT to go to 3,617 while the company forecasts 3,000. So it's going to get level of 2024. I waved back, Mason Blunt. Hello, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. FX is 2 point. Okay. What DNA? 21. Okay. That doesn't include CapEx or tangible. Couldn't. So I'm going to take a midpoint here. 570, something like that. Okay, so I've also based off of these are some. Keep in mind that these are very rough estimates, right? I don't have that much time to really figure these things out. So this is just to get a sense of what the numbers could be. Okay. So EV/EBIT, 5 times in a normalized state. We're going to recover our earnings a little bit, our EBIT margin a little bit, but there's even further growth for margin and operating leverage in the future. So this could definitely get better. PE is 12 times. ROE is 6 times. Okay. So overall, on enterprise value basis, it is cheap, but on a PE basis, you can think, okay, we're paying 12 times PE. Is this a little? We're paying a little bit too much for growth here, and that's essentially the question, right? Are we paying too much for growth? RIC is really. You don't expand that 20%. Return on operating assets 19. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. Return on assets. Okay, so now I just want to review their investment presentation, but it seems like they don't have it on their. They don't have it on. Okay, everyone, I have been standing this entire time, so I'm gonna just quickly lower my desk, okay, and sit down. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off the mic. Okay, I am back. I am back. Okay. So they don't have an investment presentation. Semi-annual. Hmm. Okay, so what I need to do is probably go into the Japanese investor relations. I do need to. Okay. So what we're gonna have to do is go to the Japanese side, download their, most recent, investor presentation, look through it. Oh, this is interesting. So Furyu signs a memorandum of understanding with Mitsuko and Wanda Film to install print sticker machines in the Chinese market and create new entertainment. That's interesting. All right, can I highlight this? Yes, I can. Awesome. Can I ChatGPT this? Hopefully I can. Bam. What's that say? Okay, while it's translating, I'm gonna go find their most recent IP. It's not out yet. It's not out yet. Why? The heck? Securities report? You want me to look at the securities report? So they have semi-annual. Wow. Okay. That kind of sucks. So, okay. So what we can do here at this juncture is just read what they say in English for now. And then I will go look at their Q3 investor presentation and see what I can figure out from there. Okay, it's finished translating. So let's read it real quick. So here, as a sign of memorandum of understanding with Mitsuko and Wanda Film to install print still machines, Purikura, which is their photo sticker booth, and create new entertainment experiences in the Chinese market. The initiative aims to test a new business model targeting Gen Z, built on the concept of context X entertainment equipment X consumption conversion. By introducing highly interactive entertainment equipment such as Purikura machines, capsule toy dispensers, and crane games in Wanda Film cinemas, the goal is to create an immersive super entertainment space. Purikura machines will be localized for the Chinese market and are expected to feature functions that combine the appeal of popular character IPs. Interesting. Leveraging its strength in planning, creating kawaii cute content developed through its two core businesses, the girls' trend business, centered around Purikura machines, excuse me, and the real business utilizing character IPs, Furyu together with Mitsui China, which has a broad network in China, and Wanda Film, which produces various entertainment spaces, including cinemas, will work to bring a new kind of entertainment to the Chinese market by combining the strengths of the three companies. Okay. Let me simplify this. Okay, what this means is Wanda Films, every movie theater has an arcade space, right? So what it's saying is we're gonna tap into that arcade space, and one machine that we're gonna have in there is a photo sticker booth. And then the photo sticker booth will, attract people to these movie theaters because let's say you have a Marvel movie coming out in China, right? Then maybe there's some special Marvel themed photo stickers on the borders of those stickers. It could also be the photo booth when you take the picture. You can put like Thor, the Hulk, or whatever character inside the sticker, and you take a photo of them. Something like that. Or you can have the Thor hammer. You can be holding it like this, and then the Thor hammer shows up. Something like that. So that's what they're trying to say. It's not as complex as they make it out to be, pretty much. Okay. Next up. let's review what the company says and how they did. So I think the commentaries further up here. Okay, so during the fiscal year in review, the Japanese economy has been in a gradual recovery trend, according to the March Economic Watchers survey released by Cabinet Office. However, some signs of weakness have been observed in growing outlook. In addition to the effects of continuing price hikes, concerns about U.S. trade policy are also said to exist. Most recently, the financial markets have been extremely volatile due to, okay, yeah, sure. Russia, Ukraine, and Israel-Hamas conflict. Okay, so this is the last year and took steps to implement our medium-term vision as the fiscal year March 31st, 2028 is the last year of the term. Important. Let's read this. In the Sekkaikan business, we continue to focus on acquiring many oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention. I have the entire stock pitch right up. If you go to my Substack and you go to continuous compounding overview, it gives you a directory of all the posts that I've ever created. In the free section, you look at Furyu, click the link there. You'll get my Furyu stock pitch. So you guys should definitely read that. This was written last year, right? But right now I'm just going through earnings to get up to date on it, essentially. Okay, Sekkaikan business. We continue to focus on acquiring many IPs of classic characters, popular manga works, world famous games, and producing merchandise thereof, and sales grew steadily. So Sekkaikan is, if we do character MD governance. Okay, so it's Furyu's character merchandise division. That's what it's for. So they continue to focus on acquiring many IPs of classic characters, popular manga works, world famous games, and producing merchandise thereof, and sales grew steadily. So what you have to understand about Japanese, the Sekkaikan business, essentially in Japan, if you want to create, let's say, a Hello Kitty plushie, right? You need to acquire the IP rights from Sanrio for Hello Kitty in order to make that plushie. So essentially, yeah. So this is essentially them acquiring IPs for, different types of categories, games, manga, you name it, right, to make merchandise. Although goods manufactured in China are settled in US dollars, the impact of exchange rate fluctuations on operating profit is mitigated through the implementation of forward exchange contracts for purchase cost payments and the expansion of dollar-denominated sales with overseas sales partners. So they're doing a little bit of hedging. That's good. Sales of amusement prizes grew favorably as a result of the expansion of the crane game market and the commercialization of several popular IPs, as well as a boost from inbound demand. Okay, so yes, correct. In Japan, there's round one, correct. In Giga and Taito Station, they all have like these crane game machines. So essentially, a portion of their business is from them selling these plushie or these prizes to these arcades, so they can put it into these crane game machines. So that's partially what Furyu caters to. Okay, turning to products for overseas merchandise. Increased orders from major markets of China, the US, and Europe, resulting in big sales growth. We're focusing on expanding new sales channels and acquiring merchandising rights for overseas markets, as well as expanding our product lineup in collaboration with local e-commerce sites in markets such as China. Okay, good. So they're expanding the merchandise. For high-end hobby items, we promoted the commercialization of popular IPs with an emphasis on profitability and continuously focus on sales promotion through the Furyu Hobby Mall, a hobby e-commerce site. As a result, for the year under review, the Sekkaikan business saw net sales, which is 8% higher, 8.7% higher than the previous year. Okay, so not bad. This shows though that operating leverage was not realized here because sales increased 8.7%, but operating profit only increased 3.4%. This could be a couple of reasons. This could also be because they're trying to It could be because of cost increase, right? But it also could be because they're spending more money to kind of previously in my stock pitch, they were invested in making all these different types of anime figurines, right? So potentially what they could be doing is just focusing on the best and most profitable ones, and maybe some R&D costs or whatever, or you know, some extra costs might have been. But most likely it's just an increase in COGS probably is what resulted in this decline operating profit. Okay, girls trend business. So this is their photo sticker business. This is their number one cash cow. Okay, is their Puri Kura machine, so also known as photo sticker business. In order to meet changes to the external environment, characterization by diversification of lifestyles and consumer needs that were brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, we developed new models of photo sticker machines that users can experience. Hello, Jason Brown. Welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Yes, I love hearing that animation. It brings joy to my ears. Yeah, so if you're not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, like Joseph, right? And like Joseph, you will be the most recent subscriber on my video, as you can see right now. That's a great deal. Okay, so in order to meet the changes of the external environment by diversification of lifestyle, develop new models of photo sticker machines that users can experience alpha value. Wow. Can investors experience that? More than before, and try to expand the number of plays, such as by implementing collaboration with classic popular characters. In October 2024, the company launched the new Everfilm model, which allows users to experience the joy of photography with projector-based visual effects. And in Jan 2025, the company released the new Bloomit model, offering a enhanced Moreru, beautiful-looking effect photography experience on the groups of 2 or more people, in addition with cooperation with amusement arcades nationwide. The company conducted play promotion campaigns to revitalize the market. Although the measures were effectively individual, they were not sufficient to uplift the overall market. And the number of play counts in the fiscal year under review was 29.57 million, 33 million the year before. So it dropped roughly 10%. Down from the previous fiscal years, sales and profits also declined in line with the number of play counts. Okay, so sales and profits also dropped 10%. Okay, for the photo sticker image acquisition and viewing service, PicLink, the number of paying members, which we consider an important KPI for the service, was 1.37 million as of the end of March 2025, down from 1.47. So they dropped around 6-7%. In spite of measures to strengthen the inflow of new members in order to maintain the membership scale as a strategy to further grow the service, we released the PicLink Photos photo storage application in the previous fiscal year. And since then, we have been working to reduce membership cancellations in order to expand the number of users of the service going forward. And in November, we started offering the calendar app, PicLink Calendar, to increase opportunities to view PicLink and stimulate motivation to play photo sticker machines for the purpose of strengthening the strategy. Oh, interesting. That's smart. So for those who are new to this company, PicLink is essentially, let's say you take a photo sticker, right? Takes a photo of you, right? And then the photo sticker gets printed out. There's a QR code on there that you can scan with your phone. And for any of you who have used a photo sticker before, essentially what you do is you cut it in half, right? And you give one photo to your friend, you keep one, and you put it in a sticker book, right? But the thing is, let's say you put it on your phone case, right? You stick it on your phone case. Over time, you're gonna rub into that sticker. The sticker is gonna deteriorate, and it's a one-off thing, and then it's gone, right? But with the PicLink app, by having that QR code on that sticker, you guys can essentially, what you do is you scan the QR code, and then it leads you to download the app. After you download the app, then you can pay like a really small sum, like $3. And then let's say in a session you had like 10 photos, right? Because usually you pick the best two or a few photos that you print out, right? So you basically get the entire catalog of photos that you took during that session, and you can download them for $3. What that means is you can keep them forever. So the profit margins on the PicLink are substantially higher than just their normal photo business. I think it's kind of like a funnel, right? You attract users into the photo booths, and then you get them to download the PicLink app, and then and once they are in the Pickling app and actually download the photos, there's other upsells, right? So a lot of teenage girls, what they have problems with is storage on their iPhones, right? So Pickling app provides cloud storage, and it's included in the monthly membership. So once you get in, you might be incentivized, oh, because I need more space, because I already have the Picklink, membership already, I might as well continue doing it, right? So this creates like a recurring customer base essentially, right? What's sad though is that, Pick Photo Sticker Booths, even though they dominate that market share, they own like more than 90% of the entire market, it is a dying trend, right? They like photo sticker booths are slowly on the decline. It's still a very Japanese thing. It's still it still invigorates like childhood nostalgia, but it's not as popular as it once was, right? So yeah, that's what we're seeing here. But I think the calendar thing is a good idea, right? Because if you're, student, right, or in undergrad, you're gonna need a calendar to organize things. And if let's say, oh, you take the photos from your photo booth sessions and use them as like the monthly header, for example, that could invigorate people to use it. I don't know what it looks like because I can't download the Pickling app in Canada, but if you're in Japan, you can definitely download it to see what it looks like. So, for your new business, in the home video game software business, sales of the new original title Renatus in July and new titles Battle Spears crossovers and Beyblade in November were steady, and together with downloadable versions of existing titles, sales increased from the previous fiscal year. Nice. The animation business, sales exceeded those of the previous fiscal year level due to the start of broadcasting of several titles for which we are the organizer of production committees, including the third season of Laid Back Camp or Yuru Camp. In the color contact lenses business, we transferred the business of ColorCon Works Inc. on March 31st in order to concentrate management resources on businesses with higher growth potential. So color contact lenses isn't really bread and butter. Essentially, in the new business, because their core business is photo sticker booths, right? And the emerging business is their character plushie business, right? They're trying to have like a third pillar of growth that actually grows, and that's either through animation or through video games, right? That's what this section is for. Future outlook. So considering the future outlook, the company is expected to continue its gradual recovery, mainly through consumer spending and inbound demand. It is projected to remain uncertain, mainly due to the concerns over U.S. trade policy and turmoil. Okay, whatever. For amusement prizes, we will continue to acquire IPs or characters and commercialize them with the awareness of needs and trends of the market. And then by accumulating orders of respective items, we aim to achieve net sales at the same level as fiscal year under review. As for products for overseas merchandise, while being unaffected by the U.S. tariff, sales are expected to grow and exceed those of the fiscal year under review through the development of new sales channels and acquisition of IP specialized for each sales target country. Yeah, so U.S. tariffs definitely impact this company because Furyu with their anime figurines, I don't know if any of you have gone to GameStop, but if you go to GameStop, there's this entire wall or section just for anime figurines, right? The number one market share goes to Bandai Namco, for sure, right? But now what I've noticed is every time I go to GameStop, I do this on purpose, by the way. It's part of my Peter Lynch type of investment strategy, is that I will notice that actually the number of Furyu figurines has actually been increasing, right? So like, let's say the entire wall, right? I would say probably, I want to say probably 75-80% is from Bandai Namco, right? And maybe like 10 to 20% is from Furyu, right? One thing to note about the Furyu boxes though is that one side has a Furry logo and the other side does not have the Furry logo. Now, I was originally of the thought that for their anime figurines, they should have their logo displayed because it's free marketing and impressions. But I think what they're trying to do is, by not having the logo on one side and it's being displayed without the logo, then someone might assume, oh, maybe this is from Bandai Namco. They grab it, look at the packaging, like, oh, this is nice packaging, right? And then like, oh, this is for you. So their initial impression is, I don't know which brand this is from, but then after I look at it and I like it, it's like, oh, it doesn't really matter as much. So maybe they're trying to do that to acquire market share or mind space in the consumer's minds, potentially. Yeah. So we aim to achieve net sales at the same level as in the fiscal year under review. So not much growth here is what it's trying to say in terms of amusement prizes. As for products for overseas merchandise, while being affected by a U.S. tariff policy, sales are expected to grow, good, and exceed those of the year under review through development of new sales channels and acquisition. So probably, if they're good for GameStop, they're probably good for a lot of different retailers, right? For high-end hobbies, the shift to more profitable products is on track, and both sales and profits are expected to increase. In the photo sticker business, we will develop photo sticker machines and implement various marketing and branding measures to enhance the attractiveness of photo sticker machines as a gateway to the customer experience, as well as create additional value for Picklink, service for acquiring and viewing photo sticker image used by a customer. As a result, the annual total play count for photo stickers fiscal year ending expected to turn to increase at approximately 31 million plays. So they're probably going to increase marketing spend to increase plays by 5%. In addition, although the number of Picklink paying numbers at the end of March 2026 is expected to decrease to 1.24, we will continue to focus on maintaining profitability. So this is a highly profitable business, right? So even if it decreases to 1.24, they're still going to be very profitable. It's just not as much operating leverage, essentially. In the home video game software business, we will continue to release new original titles and focus on their overseas sales. In the animation business, in parallel with the start of broadcasting of several titles for which we are the organizer of production committees, we plan to implement a spin-off and establish a subsidiary to respond to changes in industry. So yeah, this is the Furyu Pictures, right? So they already said that in a previous notice. They're Furyu Pictures type thing. In light of the above, the financial forecast for the year would be, already saw that. Assume FX range is 1 USD to 50. Interesting. So I know some companies actually forecast a lower exchange rate. Okay, guys. It's been 2 hours and almost 2.5 hours. My mouth is getting a little bit dry. I'm gonna quickly take a break just to get some food and get some water and just rehydrate, and I'll be back to finish off for you. Okay. Actually, I think we could come back to for you tomorrow. What would I like to do? If I finish for you, it would be essentially revisiting the Q3 investor presentation, and then I will use that to basically finalize my view on for you, essentially. But before I go, I'll just summarize my findings real quick so far, because I haven't looked at, there's no investor presentation released yet, even on the Japanese side, which is weird. But yeah, so the thesis right now is, yes, it's probably looking a little bit less good, meaning that their main cash cow is their photo sticker business, right? And that is on a decline, right? So both things are on decline. The number of people actually taking photos, and then the amount of users in Picklink. Even though it's a cash cow, is on a gradual decline, I would say. It's not going to be aggressive decline, right? But it's going to be a gradual decline in number of users. And the question now is, what's going to replace that revenue and earnings, right? Is it going to come from the character and merchandise business, which is Sekkaikan, right? Is it going to come from, creating these amusement prizes or these anime figurines or whatnot? Currently projecting that it's going to be around flat or around the same or slight growth, essentially, right? So they're not it's not a high conviction thing. And it seems like their investment in the gaming and animation is going to take time to ramp up. They're just generating experience in these fields, but it's not going to do it. So currently on the horizon, there's nothing that's going to replace the earnings and revenues that are being gradually in decline from their main photo business, right? So in that sense, the growth aspect comes into question, right? So there could be some justification for why it's trading at these levels right now, and why the stock has been in kind of just like a I want to say stagnant type of stagnant type of thing in our region, right? So at one point in 2023, we're 1,600 yen, and is dropped 1,000 yen, and this is when I pitched it around 1,000 yen, and it went up to like around like as max just below 1,200, right? And it's gone back down. 800 is too cheap for the company though. So yeah, I think the issue is now that they have cash, enterprise value is low. Yes, it's low, but the thing is, how are they gonna grow? I think that's what's coming to question. And right now it's like they're kind of like they have their hands in so many baskets. It's like I just don't know. Just don't know how they're gonna grow. I think they should actually consider acquiring something. I don't know what they can acquire. You know what a good idea would be? If they actually acquired Nihon Falcom. Right, 26. They have 11 billion. How much cash do they have? So that would be a good idea. So the 12 billion cash. How much is Nihon Falcom worth? Yeah, they can literally buy the entire market cap of Nihon Falcom. So that's an idea that I had, right? Like instead of freaking trying to build JRPG from scratch, literally buy one of the best JRPGs on the market right now. And if you buy, yeah, I think that would be fruitful. Buy out the entire company. Whether that can happen it's hard to say, because literally, majority of shares are owned by the founder who recently passed away, but it's going to go probably into their family, into a trust fund, to their heirs, and so it's gonna be tough. But like I think this is an idea. This is an idea of what can happen. It's like if they buy a gaming company that has IPs that are proven and works, I think that's better than wasting time in trying to get like a lottery ticket on a gaming, on a game that works, or animation or anime, because they're not technically, it's not their bread and butter. The bread and butter is not in either, right? So why not acquire a company that is where it is their bread and butter? That's my stance. I think we have streamed for 2.5 hours now, so I'm going to we had a good stream today, and I will look at the Q3 investment presentation tomorrow, because it is quite late where I'm at right now. And yeah, I'll dissect the Q3 investment presentation tomorrow, and then use that to further analyze or revise my investment thesis if it changes anything, but I don't think so. And to recap the other stock I looked at today, which is 110 HK, which is Kingworld Holdings. Kingworld Holdings is the company that owns Peibago PPK, which is a Chinese cough medicine. Call it cough syrup. It's like a honey/Chinese medicine type of cough syrup. A lot of Chinese people, Cantonese people, Hong Kong people grew up taking it and using it. When I first pitched it in November of last year on my Twitter, it was 41 cents. But the thing is, I couldn't buy it on my interactive brokers, sadly. But now it's gone up like 50%, almost 50%. But even at the current price, it's still quite cheap. It's 5.6% dividend yield. Trading at less than 6 times EBIT, less than 4 times EBIT if we factor in long-term investments, which they have a lot of. They have a lot of investment properties and real estate, and they also have investment securities, right? And on a PE basis, it's also very cheap, right? PE basis, you're not overpaying for that either. So yeah, and then as I analyzed when I was looking at Kingworld, essentially the company just finished their Longde, it's called like industrial park, essentially, like it's a building or an area where it's basically a Y Combinator for Chinese medicine products or machinery, essentially, right? So that's what they're trying to build. So if they become the de facto person to go to, if you're like a college student in Chinese medicine and you want to develop a product for the consumers, then this could be a huge growth driver for Kingworld, right? And if this Longda, we just have to keep looking at it. If this shows promise, then the 56 cents can actually turn into has excuse me, pretty high upside, honestly. Yeah, right. But over the years, there has been a significant shareholder destruction, mainly because they were not able to create or acquire new product lines that could significantly increase our revenue in a good way. And then in 2020, they started investing large amounts of capex, like 300 million HKD, into this industrial park as an incubator system, and the market basically hated it. Essentially, they saw it as a destruction of shareholder capital. But now at these rates, at 40 cents, 33 cents, anything sub 30 cents, I think that's just this company is just too cheap, right? So, when I looked at it, it's offering like 8% div yield, right? Even at 41 cents, 7.7 div yield, right? If you sit at 7.7 div yield and multiples that look like this, where you still have a really good brand in Payvago and all these other things, I think it's definitely worth buying. Yeah, and then even at 57 cents, it's not bad too, right? It really, the investment thesis really boils down to how can they extract value and growth and new products into new markets and attain market share through their Longda industrial park. That's what I'll say. That's why I end off today. So yeah, man, today has been a great live stream. We got as high as 27 concurrent views. My highest before that was like 9 or 10, I believe, right? And we just broke all records today. I'm very happy for everyone for tuning in. I'm just gonna shout out everybody. Thanks Mason, thanks Wang, thanks Remy, Sins, Derek, Ancient Scion, Kalma, Bulbin Studio, Simao, Clement. Yeah, thanks all you guys for tuning in, and yeah, I will see you guys on my next live stream, which could be just tomorrow. Yeah. All right, peace guys. Remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, comment.